rest of the quarter. What changed so much in that 7-minute stretch?
I know we were defending at high level to come out the third quarter. It looked like how we had looked in the previous training camp and preseason games. So we came out with more energy there. Got stops, got out and ran, and got some threes to fall. But let go of the rope. I think it was 62-65 at that point. I'm not sure if it got to one. I think it was a 3-point game, but a few careless shots, shot selection, they led to them getting out, and then just too easy for them to score all night. It was early in the first half as well. They were the tougher team, and they got every 50-50 ball, 16 offensive rebounds. They finished with 7+ shots, but they were up 15 or so for the most of the game. So just they were the aggressor tonight.
Were you all not expecting that physicality?
I wouldn't say not expecting it. It's opening night at home, and so you expect that to be the case, but I didn't expect us to wilt under that physicality, so to speak.
Why was it so difficult to contain Cole Anthony tonight?
I mean, he made some tough runners and floaters. He got it going there. Some of those shots we will live with, but he had a little bit too much freedom coming off those pick and rolls. We want to be obviously up higher to at least deter the ball handler initially. Too low when he got in the comfort zone and made some of the shots that he's good at, the runner floater.
Looked like Jalen had difficulty getting real good looks. Was that his decision making, or was it execution?
I think a little bit of both. I said to our group that was our the worst game we played collectively and individually in a lot of ways, and so it seemed like we weren't freeing them up. Emphasis in the last few games after San Antonio and Miami was to really set screens and free our guys up. I just feel like we whiffed on a lot of screens tonight, and so he didn't have a ton of room to come off that. We thought we'd have an advantage there with their guys being back, and he didn't get a lot of clean looks as far as that. So a little bit of execution, I'll put that on us, and we got to be better as far as that.
Do you think there was the lack of communication is one of the reasons that caused you all to get down early?
No, I wouldn't even say communication. I'd just say whether it was effort or toughness. That's what it looked like to me. It was a lot, like I said, they were just moving us out of the way to get offensive rebounds early. They kind of set the tone early with that. And then they were aggressive on defense, putting us on our heels there. So, more so what they had to do than our communication.
A quick turnaround for Friday with San Antonio. Playing them in the preseason and getting some regular season run tonight, how do you expect to contain Wendy?
We'll get back to doing what we did, since I've been here. And so, like tonight, I said it looked like a lot of guys were jittery tonight, didn't play our best, and that's not the team we're going to be. And so we want to get back to what we did in those 5 games. And we were good on him last game. We have some guys that sat out that'll get a chance to guard him as well. So not really as concerned with him as us doing what we need to do and come back to playing the way we were capable of.
Alper and Shingun helped the team kind of stay afloat there offensively in the first half. What changed in the second half for him?
Yeah, he got some good post-ups to fall. I think, we were getting out playing faster in the second half, so we were playing more in the open court when we got back into it. So we weren't finding him as much in the post and in the half-court offense. But, he made some shots as well as Dylan and Fred and those guys that kind of kept us afloat and got us back in it. But overall, I think defensively we weren't good as a group. And Alpern can improve in that area and others as well. But kind of masks it when you score some baskets there. I just don't think we were good enough in general all around.
You used the word jittery, early. Is that what you seen from Ime Thompson tonight?
It was a few guys. It felt like that. It wasn't just a first-time guy. They were knocking balls out. They were being aggressive, and so, some of our veterans as well. And so, it's his first game, but I don't think Jabari, Jalen, and some of our guys that have been here played their best either.
Coach, you have a really good blend of some really good role players and veterans, and also some great young talent. How do you look to maximize and blend those together?
The leadership and the experience from the guys that have been here, and even our second and third year guys, we want them to take that step from year 1 to year 2 or year 2 to year 3. And then the veterans, they're going to calm us as well, but at the same time, you have to develop those young guys. So it's a mix of finding the best lineups in there and letting them play through some mistakes. Not always going to be pretty at times, but they have played well in the 5 preseason games. So it can make it a one-off for opening night and some jitters, like I said, but I expect those guys to bounce back like they have.
Thanks. You mentioned getting back to how you played in the preseason. Does it help in the quick turnaround of a regular season schedule that you're playing a team that you had some of those good spurts, those good stretches against?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say just playing San Antonio, just the fact that we're getting back after it in another day, a day off, and then we'll get to obviously work on some things, but get back and playing. So more so than just San Antonio and the fact that we played them, I'm just happy we get to go again another day and kind of put this behind us and get back to showing what we're capable of.
In the third quarter, were you able to see the chemistry between Dylan and Fred starting to come together?
Yeah, I think we got some good shots to fall. Obviously, we were being more aggressive. I felt we passed up some looks in the first half, and so I wanted guys to be aggressive. And even it's a good sign when Amen's not playing great and he still continues to look for a shot. Jabari as well, he missed some open ones, but those guys made theirs and obviously got us back in the game. But what I said to the guys at halftime is we're playing well enough defensively. They had 54 points and we made a lot of errors and could have kept them in the 40s, but we only had 45, so let's clean up our offense, be aggressive, and not pass up shots.
You ran some lineups tonight that included. Sorry, go ahead.
You mixed up some of the guys that were next to Amen throughout his time on the court. Just how do you think that he kind of integrated himself alongside those guys?
He's been good. I mentioned that before the game that he can play with a lot of different guys. He can take the burden off of Fred handling every time, but also plays with Jalen in a lot of different lineups as well. So sometimes he's on the ball and off the ball, and it's a luxury for us so that he can spell guys and do multiple things out there.
How did you feel about the defensive impact of the duo when you ran Dylan Brooks and Jayshawn Tate for stretches tonight in the game?
Yeah, it was good. I think Wagner got loose early. We short closeouts on a hot shooter, and so we let him get going and just wanted to have multiple bodies to guard him out there. Don't feel like we did our best on him in general to start, and so when we put those two out there, it became a little bit tougher for him.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.